Hey guys, it's Ricky with Techbud Solutions. So thank you guys again for joining us for another Sunday Stock Talk. This one's going to be a little bit different. I wanted to focus less on technical analysis, which is what we usually do, and focus more on kind of because it's getting a little bit repetitive, and I feel like a lot of traders in our group are losing focus because they're either not executing things properly, making mistakes, and they're just continuing to fall behind. I had kind of a slow week myself. I pretty much broke even with the huge gain I had, and then a couple losses, and then overall it just wasn't my week. And that's the biggest thing, that when it does come to day trading, that's why I talk about being very realistic when it comes to trading. I always focus on, I do day trading as a hobby. I do it part time for about 2 hours, and I set my alerts, and then I trade within the day. Mountain Standard Time, it's 6 to 1 p.m. that the market's open. But sometimes, I get caught up. I'm doing different things, and I spend, more than 2 hours throughout the day, kind of just following a stock if I invested in it. And I think I need to be more organized and more disciplined myself, and kind of just cut myself out after the 2 hours, and kind of just take advantage and try my best when it comes to that area of opportunity within the first 2 hours, as that's the most volatile, time when the market is open, as well as the last hour, from 12 to 1 for Mountain Standard Time. That tends to be the most the time that closes with the highest volume. Overall, what I'm doing is I'm going to start reporting and just publicly sharing to the team what it is that I trade, where I bought, where I sold, just a track sheet when it comes to trading, so you guys could see, not follow my footsteps, but try to make sense of why I bought in at a certain point, why I cut my losses. I kept my losses time at 10%, and it ended up really hurting me as I increased my account to 2,500. I got a little bit over myself, because I was having really good days. I ended on a pretty green note with LPCN $10 profit within 5 minutes, and that kind of just got the hype, and I lost focus on just my discipline, and I usually cut my loss at 2 to 5%. PCN again, once it dropped back down to the bought in at 410, and I bought in pretty heavy, and too long. The following day that it opened, from $4.10, it opened at 408, and dropped all the way down to 3. Losses at 394, but I was trading with $5,000 for that trade, so I doubled what I usually risk, and that was my mistake, and I'm not going to do that again. But what I really want to focus on is really understanding what it is that you're investing in, not going based on my opinion, my suggestion, or anyone else's. Like, you don't understand what it is that you're trading or investing in, then why are you doing it? I really want to make sure you guys understand that I'm not a broker. I can't be held liable for what you guys do. I'm here to help you guys in a sense. If you guys have certain questions, maybe I can suggest what accounts to use. Why is that I would buy at a certain point and sell at a certain point, but I don't want you guys to be using what it is that when I buy and when you sell, even if it's worked out for you. I think in the long run it's more beneficial if you truly understand what it is that you're investing in, because later on, if not publicly share my trades, then you're gonna not really understand, right? So what I want to make sure is I'm going to be working on something more of that's kind of like a curriculum that's more focused for our users. It's been growing. We just passed 300 members on Facebook, and then we have over 500 members on the GroupMe application, and just about to pass 400 subscribers on YouTube. So again, Techbud was something I just started, randomly, with I believe I just shared a couple of my friends wanted to learn how to trade and stuff like that, and it started about like 6, 7 months ago. That's really how it started. I did not expect it to, catch on as well as it did. I mean, I think it's doing. I haven't outsourced any advertisements. It's mainly people that just, you know, that we do. And I think it's been as successful as it has because of the people that are in the group and the environment that we kind of provide for people that are getting into trading. A gray area. Not a lot of people talk about it. Not a lot of people understand. And when they see or they hear that I'm a day trader, they automatically either compare me to either the Wolf of Wall Street or just someone that is here to rip you off. Um, it's really neither. I'm very realistic with what I trade. I trade with a risk account. I risk about 2,500 usually. And my account still sits a little bit over 17,500 just for my brokerage. And yeah, I tend to shoot for $2,000 monthly. That's my goal when it comes to trading. And again, I have a plan for what I use that money for, as I use it for like future investments and stuff like that. So um, I really want you guys to understand where I'm coming from. I want to help you as much as I can, but I want to make sure that you guys help yourself in the sense of really understand what it is that you guys are getting yourself into, understand, the pros and the cons of, how much money you can make, but also how much money you're willing to lose because, it's not just here to, you're here to make all this money because if it was that easy, then everyone would be doing it. But it really takes a lot of discipline, a lot of hard work. From me this week, and I'm kind of just, I want to talk to you guys since you guys are so, positive with everything I share with you guys. I kind of just, I had a really bad week. I lost, I pretty much almost broke even with my huge days. I traded line Q, and I'll be talking about that very shortly, but I made about, I think like 40% off of 40 to 50% on line Q. And I didn't go all in. I went in with $500. But it brought in quite a bit because of how much it went up. But that's a pink sheet penny stock, which is, pretty risky. But I kind of just figured it out, bought in pretty low, sold at 10, dropped, and then it picked back up. And it's because of a big merger and stuff like that. And then LPCN, although it was one of my biggest winners, it was always one of my biggest. It was also one of my biggest losers this week, and it was just hard. It was hard, seeing such a big gain and then being able to mentally just that money I just won. If I would have not invested, into LPCN again, I would have kept, the $915 profit. I was getting, too risky, and it kind of just wants to make you give up. And that's what I'm here to do. Is I'm here to encourage you that if it is that you want to give up, reach out to me, tell me about what you're struggling with. Maybe I can help you with certain things that can help you overcome that urge to give up. Because you have to think when it comes to anything, it's always easier just a blue collar life and go to your day-to-day job, have a stable income, and your risk is very low. But you have to think about all these business owners and all these entrepreneurs and all these investors. There's days that they make money, there's days that they lose money, but it's those that can really understand and really understand that the market that they're in. And when they have, those big losses, they don't give up. It just, motivates them to work harder. And I was really thinking about, I was driving to work. I was just like, man, this just isn't working. It was going so good, and I saw this big drop. And being very realistic, I was like, in the long run, I can't have these big, just hits of losing, close to $1,000 in a week, because that's not promoting growth for me. But then, I really thought about it, and I was just like, look, we're all still learning. I'm still trading with ideally a smaller account with a $2,500 risk account. So that means I risk $2,500 at a time per trade. And later on, as I continue to, success rate when it comes to trading, because of this week, I'm at a 50 to 60% success rate. I was sitting at an 80 to 90% success rate previously. but now I'm trading a little bit more often, and you're not always going to have great weeks. There's a guy that I follow. I just watch his YouTube videos. He talks about like he did it for like about 5 years until he actually saw, um, you know, growth in his account. He had a stable income, never gave up. And now as day trading, and he has, just different groups. But he makes about 150 to $200,000 just day trading 2 hours a day. That's kind of the footsteps that I'm trying to follow. Because 150 to 200,000, that's great, but I would want so much more because of my investment properties, all these different businesses that I want to, in a sense, just create. So I'm here. This video, I'm going to talk just. Well, this talk, I really just wanted to create it for you guys, so you guys, for those that are struggling or have any questions, can reach out to me. I'd prefer you guys to reach out to me usually Monday through Friday. On the weekends, I tend to be a little bit busier, and it's harder for me to reach out to you guys because of that. And I don't want you guys to feel that I'm trying to ignore you guys. But a couple hours after day trading, so Mountain Standard Time, 8:30 to 12, I'm pretty free. So feel free to reach out to me. I'm here to help you guys out. I really want it to be in your guys' benefit. Um, and now I'm truly going to be working with different, I'm trying to reach out to different designers for the website, just so we can kind of bring us together, and then we can create tools that are beneficial to us when it comes to alerts, technical analysis, just a whole different social media um, based platform, that's useful, and that's also something where everyone can go to, and kind of just share their best practices. And I want to make sure that we maintain that positive environment that we've held with Techbuds. It was a hard week for me, but definitely after thinking and after setting a plan for myself and setting goals, and seeing how I'm going to overcome this so this not to happen again. That's how you promote growth. That's how you become successful in a sense, because those that don't give up, there's always a point where, yeah, you kind of have to cut your losses, and maybe it's not for you. But those that don't give up and actually see, a true, they actually see it, they've experienced it when it comes to either day trading, investing, or anything like that. Um, you know, the potential that day trading does have, and if you see that potential and that you see it in yourself, um, why give up? Be realistic, trade with a risk account that you're willing to lose, essentially, um, and have a plan for yourself. So I'm here to help you guys out. I'm sorry this video isn't going to be too long, just because I have a couple things that I have to do to close the night. But reach out to me again Monday through Friday. I'd prefer 8:30 to 4:12, 12, afternoon Mountain Standard Time. I'm here to help you guys out. So if you guys found this video helpful, or feel like anyone that's into trading would benefit from trading, or this video would help, if you guys could share it, as well as like or comment below. Um, so thank you guys again so much for watching. I'm going to put the links down below so you guys can join TechBuds if you already haven't, through Facebook, as well as we have our social medias and group meets, which is where we just kind of talk to one another when it comes to trading within the day. I believe we tend to shoot about 500 to 1,000 messages within that group from the market while it's open every day. So I'm just really excited for this week to come. Let's make sure for success, kind of calculate our risk, and see how we can realistically in the long run make this a career. So hope you guys have a good night, and we'll talk to you guys soon.